Hello, 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 everyone. Mary Lou Andre back again for another edition of Beyond Dressing Well Live. It's so great to be back. I was off last week. I was in New York. I have some great ideas to share from what I saw in New York City. Talk about inspirational and motivating to get home and look at my own closet. It was spectacular. I was there working with a client. I was doing a workshop on professional image. I'll also share some of what I discovered working with all men, 7 guys from Wall Street. It was interesting. I learned a lot. But I'm thrilled to be back. We have a brand new program and a lot of updates to share with you as well. So tonight's program is 7 ways to avoid party wardrobe panic. And you know, I always get my ideas. I spend a lot of time thinking about this show. I carry my notebook around, but there was a article in the Globe last week, the Boston Globe, some of you may have seen it, about the resurgence in the office party. So I was like, So I read that, and it didn't really talk too much about wardrobe, but it got me thinking that we've all been cooped up in the house. We have not had a lot of parties for the last 2 years, and all of a sudden they're bigger. They're back bigger, and I just couldn't believe what I was reading. And plus, we have tons of clients going to holiday parties, so we have a bird's eye view of what's going on out there. And people really are excited. I feel like it's time to get off Zoom. The article said that only like 7% of companies are still holding their office parties, holiday office parties on Zoom, and something like 60% were doing in-person extravaganzas. So it does create some panic whenever you have to revisit a part of your wardrobe that's been tucked away for a while. So that's where I got my first kind of inclination on what I wanted to talk about tonight. Also, just coming back from New York. Oh my goodness. If you saw the pictures that I posted in the Facebook group, I put them on Instagram too. And by the way, we're trying to grow our Instagram page. We're going to be announcing some really new exciting things over on Instagram at the beginning of the year. So if you're on Instagram and you're not yet following us, please follow us. It's Dressing Well at Dressing Well Boston. I promise you won't be disappointed. But anyway, I posted a lot of those photos from New York, and it was just so inspirational. And we already did a big holiday show and tell a couple weeks ago. So I was like, how can I give this a different spin? And then the third part of my inspiration for tonight's program was all the phone calls I've been fielding, including one this afternoon while I was sitting at my desk around 3 o'clock. A good friend of mine called and said, "Help, I have a party tonight in the Seaport." The Seaport is a very fancy part of Boston for those of you that are tuning in from outside of New England. And she said, "I don't know what to wear on my legs." And she said, "I have black shoes, a black dress." So she said, "I think I need to wear nylons. I think they need to be nude." So I was like, hold the horse. I said, what's the fabric of the dress? And she said, "Oh, it's one that you bought with me a long time ago." And she said, "It has leather panels on it." And I remember the dress immediately. Bought it at Lord & Taylor. It's a Ralph Lauren. It has a lot of ruching. And then it has the black leather. So I said, "Michelle, if it's got the black leather, wear tights." And I said, "Do you have a black suede pump?" She said, and she lives in New Hampshire, and she said, "Oh, I've got all my shoes with me." And I said, "Grab your black suede pumps, wear them with the tights, and you're all set. It's actually really cold here in Boston." And she was like, "I'm so happy. I love wearing tights. I'm just out of practice." And then I had another friend call me and say, "I'm going to a party. Can I wear open-toed shoes with no nylons?" And I'm like, absolutely, if that's your preference. But I knew her outfit as well. And they were the Stuart Weitzman open-toe, peep-toe. A lot of people have them. They were around for a really long time. I think they still sell them. I said, "You can also wear tights with those. The peep is really not that big." And again, it's all about how you piece it together. So with these panic 911s, being inspired in New York, and then reading and experiencing all of these parties, I thought this is the night to talk about that. And then in my own world, I just did a post of my boys at their own holiday party. I went into a little bit of panic on Saturday, and I said, if I'm in a panic, other people are in a panic as well. So my two boys, John is still living at home, and Tim was coming in from DC to join him at a holiday party. It was a sneaker ball, sports coats and sneakers. And I kind of knew something about it, but I didn't really pay much attention. I certainly didn't know about the sneaker part. So they have plenty of clothes, and I thought, oh, they usually ask me. And then Saturday morning I got up, and I've been going to the gym, everybody. I go every Saturday morning. I made a commitment, and I'm sticking to it. So I said, John, what is this all about? And he started telling me that it was like a vintage sneaker thing. And I said, what are you going to wear? And he really didn't have it figured out. So I went to the gym, and then I hightailed it over to Milton's. You guys all know my buddies at Milton's never disappoint me. And my inspiration for these outfits were these vintage sneakers. Those are John's. And then Tim, who was still down in DC, was not arriving till 4:30 Saturday, and the party was at 7. Tim was wearing these Michael Jordans. Who knew I had this kind of sneaker gold hanging out in my house? Oh my goodness. And I'm like, guys, you just don't throw a navy blue blazer on when the sneakers are the star of the show. They did look a little clownish going out. I wish I had a picture of the whole outfit because it was pretty funny. But so what I did with John, I started with John, and of course they didn't want to go to the store with me. They had other things to do on Saturday. But with a cell phone and my camera, I was able to figure it out. And of course Milton's has just such affordable things over there. So I had a blast. There is nothing like being needed. So this is what I figured out for John. I found this really sharp, isn't that sharp? It's a hunter green blazer, and I thought, oh, Christmas, ooh, gray sneakers. And then I had him wearing it with dark gray, and I had him on the phone with me. Can you imagine if I had girls? I would be broke. But John says, Mom, I think light gray will look better. And honest to God, the kid was right. Look at how nice the light gray looked. And I don't know if you can see this, but the kind of satiny, what is it called, silk lining, it had that light gray. So with the sneakers, didn't look as clownish as if he had these on with his navy blue blazer. And then we decided to go with white. Again, the sneakers were the start of the show. And I'm sharing all this because the same principles apply for women. And I'm done with the college tuitions. My boys don't ask me for much, and they're really good guys. I bought my John and my Tim both a David Donahue shirt, which I just love. And, part of the strategy, and when you have to be last minute, if you know your sizes, if you know the brands that fit you, you can put things together in a pinch. And, having a relationship with a couple of stores, they saw me come in and they just got a kick out of me. I didn't really need too much help, but they were having a lot of fun with me. And I got John also, I couldn't find them. I think they're in the hamper, but I got him these gorgeous socks. They had hunter green, a little bit of black, a little bit of gray. And even though you couldn't see them, so much of dressing well is a feeling. And he was nailed head to toe. And it gave me such joy to help him. And we also have a cheat sheet tonight. So put cheat sheet in the chat, and Sarah will get that over to you. So then I had to do Mr. Tim. And for him, my boys do not look like looking like the Bobbsey twins. And by the way, my boys went to probably 20 bar mitzvahs in the 7th grade. So I have quite a bit of experience helping them get dressed, and God love them. They welcome the help, which I just so love. So I saw this for Tim, and it was $99. I mean, really, seriously. It's got this beautiful suede knit collar that zips in. He liked the floral background. John didn't really like it, but not that you could see it, but it also had this little square, and I just loved it. And notice how the gray and the rust and the dark gray is really coming in strong as a neutral. I oftentimes will pop into a men's store to be honest, to see where the color trends are coming, because the men's stores, they just sometimes have it in earlier and it's more concise. So I can kind of go through the blazers, go through the dress shirts, and kind of have the color story. So I tucked that in because remember, I was building his outfit around these bad boys. These are real Michael Jordans. Tim, these are both Timmy's sneakers. He had a sneaker fetish when he was like, I don't know, 13, 14. So, you know, again, when you're organized and you keep things, like when this sneaker ball, which apparently is a deal for their age group, the sneaker ball came up, they had the sneakers, and then I stepped in to do the rest. So we did that for Tim, and again, the white shirt, I just wanted to show you that because I had so much fun. And it wasn't real, it would have been a panic if I had something to do on Saturday. So number one on my cheat sheet, and again, put cheat sheet in the chat if you'd like Sarah to send that to you. Also the new blog.
I was going to put on the Wi-Fi for you.
Okay, yeah. I'm back. We had a little bit of a glitch with our Wi-Fi. My son Tim is here. Tim is in the house. My technical consent. Tim, can you just put it on the Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
Hold on, everyone. Tim is in the house. Tim is helping us.
Wait a second. You're good.
Okay, thank you, Tim. Hi, everybody. That was just a little bit of a glitch here, but we are back. Hello, Kim Hendry Holtzweed. Hi, Carol Conley. Thank you for joining. Sorry about that. I had my Wi-Fi turned off. I can just not get a handle on all the tech. So I shop for them, and they do all my technical work for me, and they also do a lot of other things for me, too. So hello, Julie Foley. Hello, Patricia Coronite. So anyway, the first thing on our cheat sheet, so that you don't get caught in the little bit of a panic that happened here on Saturday. It actually wasn't too much of a panic because I did not, well, I was going to do some holiday shopping Saturday. I ended up doing shopping for them. But shopping is such joy for me, and when I have a project like that, are you kidding me? It was such a thrill. I came running home with the shopping bags. John is definitely more into the clothes than Tim, although Tim was super psyched, super pumped when Mom brought those bad boys out of the bag. But John was waiting for me. We did everything. Even what I did is I bought an extra belt when I was at the store. That's what I mean about the prep. And I love a belt that has brown and black on it. John went with black, but the brown also looked really sharp with the gray. We went with the black because it went better with the sneakers. It was all about the sneakers. Hello, Maura Lynch. Thank you so much. Hi, Eileen. Thanks for coming. So, step number one on the cheat sheet, this is really a mindset show tonight. I definitely have some show and tell. I would never let you down, but we've done 2 shows now on holiday fashion. So I just wanted to share some stories and really help you guys understand kind of the mindset that we use when we work with our clients. So number one on the cheat sheet that Sarah will get out to all of you is put your calendar to work for you. So hello, Linda. It was not my event, but I consult my calendar all the time. And when I start to get stressed on, oh my goodness, December's hit, I have all these parties, I go back and I actually write in on the calendar. I look at the events first and see how many I can double up on. So it depends how many events I have. If I'm going to buy something new, if I'm going to use what I already have. Then I go back to my calendar from the previous year. I'm just giving it to you up straight. You take what works for you, leave the rest behind. But I actually write down what I wore to events the year before. I usually remember because I have a good eye for that, but I can't tell you how many clients I've shared that with, and they really appreciate it because they don't remember. So step number one is consult with your calendar so that you're not running out last minute. You make time to try on some of the stuff ahead of time. You can look at the dates. You can say, oh, this is an office party where it really matters that I show up a certain way. Oh, these are just the girls in the neighborhood, and I can wear my silly Christmas sweater that I wear every single year. So that's step number one. Step number two is a lot of people are also sharing with us, my clothes just don't fit the same. I haven't had these holiday clothes on in 2-3 years, and even though I might be the same weight on the scale, my body is different, and we are all sitting more. I mean, yeah, everybody's weight has shifted, and some people have lost weight, some people have gained weight. So if you're somebody that's in the gain weight category, look at fabrics that stretch, knits, You know, you've been on the show for a while, you know that we love those, you know, polyester kind of Ralph Lauren, Alice and Olivia make some of them. All the designers do. Just look for a stretch. Also, when you have like some of the ruching, is that how you say it? I'm sorry, ruching. It really does hide some pounds. And of course, dark is a minimizer, light is a maximizer. So dark clothes are going to hide the weight best. The other thing is, I put this on to show as an example, like drapey tops that aren't so clingy will definitely help you conceal a little bit of weight if you need it. So between the color, the fabric, and the drape, chances are you might have something in your closet that fits, or you can at least feel good in. And then I won't go into a whole tip on undergarments, but you know, we've had really great success with people shopping in their closet once they've done the work of going and get a proper bra fitting. Even when I was talking earlier, when I was talking about my friend who wanted to know that I suggested the tights, like I like kind of get into people's worlds. I was like smiling thinking she's going to feel so great in the tights. They hold you in, they're warm, they're not as fussy as nylons. So that's what I mean about all of that. Where are my cheat list here? Okay. The other one I wanted to share with you, tip number 3, and again, if you would like the cheat sheet, just put cheat sheet in the comments, and Sarah will get that out after the program. We don't want anyone looking at the list while the program's going on. But the next one is consider renting. If you really have had a weight shift, if you really don't want to spend a lot of money on clothes, if you have a really big New Year's Eve party coming up that you go to typically every year, or maybe you haven't gone in the last couple of years, but you know, you don't really want to win that. You really want to make a splash. So I was in New York last week. I told you I was going to kind of filter in some of what I saw. It was magnificent. I was there for 3 days. I was on the streets for 2 nights, and I just saw so many revelers. I had dinners tonight, and I was like, my neck was like going boom, boom. So many young people, so many people going to parties. Even the hotel, we stayed at the James, beautiful hotel in New York, and there was a big party. It was a Tuesday night, and there was a big party going on. And I saw velvet tuxedos on the young men, and cranberry and navy. There was still black, but black wasn't the prominent color. And I saw so many sequins. I saw so many party pants. I know I showed these a couple weeks ago, but I did end up keeping them. This top in my wardrobe, honest to goodness, is at least 10 years old. I wear it once or twice a year, but it comes out. So the parties are back. We also have a new blog. We posted it today that's on the same topic. Sarah did a beautiful job with the photos. It's really good eye candy. If you're not on our mailing list, also get your email to Sarah. We send the blog out once a month, and we were able to put tons of pictures in, and Sarah just does a beautiful job there. So the 5 tips that she covered are a lot of the tips that we've covered on the show in the last month, but it's the party pants, it's the fun tops. Winter white can be really fresh. You know, having a pair of red boots, having a pair of loafers, you know, Talbot's has really fun loafers this time of year that have little Christmas trees or little dogs with Christmas bows on them, or holiday bows, whatever you celebrate. So there is a lot of inspiration out there. And when I was in New York, I definitely saw so much of that. But if you're somebody that does not want to spend a lot of money, or you're definitely having a weight shift, the rent the runway, that's probably the most famous one. It's fantastic. I use them every once in a while. I used it when I usually use it if I have like a big vacation. When I went to a wedding 1.5 years ago in Turks and Caicos, I used it. Didn't use it to go to Ireland because that was another kind of trip. When I went to Florida in September to a conference with my husband, there was like 4 evening things, and I used it for that too. So it's affordable. Sometimes it's a great way to get designer goods at a discount, because usually you can buy the things that you rent and they're not quite as expensive. So that's number 3, is rent your outfits. If you're really in a panic about money, if you're in a panic about your weight, you don't need to commit to anything. You can rent it, and it's really good for the environment as well, and it keeps your closet slimmed out. The next one, number 4, is create a holiday bling box. I have been doing this for years. So this is my little current box. And even tonight I went in and I found these earrings in there. I found this vintage bracelet. This is from my grandmother. I love it. But I have all my little kind of like holiday bling when I really don't like anything in my closet. You know, I showed these. I have kind of my fun stuff in there. I wore these on Zoom the last 2 years. I like having little things like this when I have friends come over with kids. I showed you this. I bought this for our live a couple weeks ago. I love it. I put it in there. And I also have, you know, some holiday scarves, you know, for Zoom. So it's just, again, if you're in a panic and you have a couple things in a special part of your home, my stuff is in the bottom of my closet with some of my holiday shoes. It's just easy to get inspired and to not feel so overwhelmed. What else do we have here? Number 5, take stock of your outerwear. I have so many coats that I just pulled to show you guys that I'm not going to even embarrass myself and show you so many. But so much of holiday parties is how you arrive and how you exit. So these are some coats I have. This is my Millie. It's, again, very old. I got this in Seattle at Nordstrom on a business trip a gazillion years ago. And whenever I put it on, I just feel great. The one thing though is I can't get I have to have like a top like I have on tonight or a sweater. You can't put a jacket underneath, and you know that I'm a jacket girl. I also have this. I got this when I was in college in Northampton. I went to UMass, and I throw this on with black leather skinny pants, a long black top, some bling, and I'm ready to go. I also have some holiday coats. I have this red one. So we used to do an office party every year, big office party. We're back to doing it just with the team, but we used to do it with clients, and I used to always like to have a new coat. And I also used to do a charity event in January. So I bought this one year. It's DVF. I bought this little DVF. I have good luck with DVF. But one year I did all navy, and I loved how the navy read the gray, the navy read the red. This was really inexpensive, and I actually still wear this a lot. So look at your outerwear. That might be all that you need to take the panic out of a last minute holiday invitation. Black dress, gorgeous coat, cool scarf, a little bling, and you're out the door. The next one is, I've already covered it, is number 6 is legs and feet. And that was inspired by, those of you that join late, these replays are always in the group if you want to rewatch them. But I shared a story about my friend calling me up in a panic. And, you know, having some really good tights on hand. And by the way, nylons are back. When I was in Ireland, all the young people had off black, nude, nylons with seams coming on the back. So part of taking the panic out is thinking about your shoes, thinking about what you're going to wear on your legs, and having some really good outerwear. And the last one, and then I will open up, I have a couple of announcements to make tonight. I saved the announcements till the end. That's kind of funny. But I love just tying a bow on my bags this time of year. And again, if you're going to a party, usually you've got like a bottle of wine and a pretty bag. Why not tie a bow on your accessories? This is my bag that everybody went nutty over. I got this in Ireland at H&M. I just love it. By the way, I shop with this. I go shopping and I put all my gifts. I'm a big, shop local. So I'll go downtown Needham. I was in downtown Dedham last weekend before I hit Milton's to shop for my boys. And I just have this bag with me. I leave it in the car. And, you can really just tie a little scarf on it. And it gives you a little bit of holiday joy without a whole bunch of stress. So I will come back to what I wore in New York. I know you guys like that. And I'm also going to share a little bit about what I what I saw in New York as well. But I wanted to thank all of you guys. I should have thanked you at the top of the hour, but I was excited to dive right into our cheat sheet and our show and tell, and I was really excited to show you what I bought for my boys because it gives me so much happiness to be able to do that for them. But thank you all so much for the support of our first Dressing Well method self-study. It exceeded expectations in such a huge way. We tripled our goal that we set. We set a pretty modest goal. And again, the videos were really step one in rebranding a whole bunch of stuff around here. First of all, we wanted to do something really special for our community. You guys have been showing up for us for 2 years now, and we wanted to have something affordable that anyone that wanted to experience that methodology could. So thank you so much. I think we hit that goal big. If you've watched it, I see Cindy Wellahan popping in. Cindy, if you can share what you've liked about it, we'd really appreciate that. But the feedback has been just fantastic. The second reason why we did the Dressing Well video series was to give our flagship program, 90 Days to Stellar Style, that is run so beautifully by Sarah Zango, Jen Coletti, and I think I saw Jen poking on the line. Hello, Jen. And it is also supported by Kathy Smith, who was a stylist here for 8 or 9 years. Kathy is just such a wonderful person, and she supports that program as well. But we really wanted to make let me tell you what that program includes. It is our flagship program. We are so proud of it. We are launching tomorrow. Doors open tomorrow. There's an email going out, and I'd like to give you guys the skinny first. The first session for 2023 kicks off on January 16th. And what makes it new and fresh this year is that program comes with 6 one-hour stylist-led group coaching sessions. It's amazing. And I talk to everyone that graduates from that program. I keep notes and notes on what people say they love, what they want to see more of. And it became very clear that people not only love Sarah's presentation style, and she does a lot of show and tell in her closet, they love the Q&A with Jen and Sarah. And the old way we were teaching the program, which was still super effective, Sarah was teaching the methodology without as much time for the Q&A and the show and tell and the really customized ability to really customize it to each cohort. So the first reason we did the videos, and again, we then said, let's package this up in a way that's really affordable for people that just want to experience the methodology in a home study way. So we did that. And again, thank you so much. The launch was amazing. The second reason was really to add another layer of technology. It took us a little while. Technology is hard, and we are mastering it. We're investing in it. We've got Leah Cannon. Hello, Leah. I think I saw you on the call. The amazing Sabina Grady. Sarah and I do our part in making sure everything's together, but those guys really are the heart and soul behind the scenes making that program work. So this year, the videos are going to support that program. They're going to be sent out the Friday before the Monday group programs. We've redone the handouts, we've beefed up the handouts, and the Monday coaching, I cannot wait to see what Sarah and Jen do, is going to be just much more Q&A, showing people exactly what they want. They were running out of time for the Q&A. And the other thing is people really enjoy each other in that program. The feedback I get is I love celebrating other people. I love hearing that somebody put pink and red together. Gives me a new idea. I love when somebody says I got rid of 30 pairs of shoes because it doesn't make me feel bad about having 60 pairs of shoes. So there's so much sharing. So we're really doing our best to make that program just all that it can be. So this year, when you join, you get an awesome questionnaire that we just beefed up so that that program, the reason why that program is so dynamic is the one-on-one stylist time and the group coaching. The one-on-one coaching and the group coaching are the silver bullet. So you get a questionnaire that keeps the whole program tied to your needs. I read them. Sarah and I assign the stylist. The next step is you get immediate access to the Facebook group, which we've just rebranded. It's going to be brand new for 2023. It's going to have a lot more interaction. Anybody that ever took the program can now have lifelong membership in that group, which is going to make it even more robust because you'll be getting more ideas from everybody that has gone through the program. The other change that we're making is the videos, and also, we're sending everybody a copy of my book. That's new. A lot of people have the book, but we're going to send a copy because somebody just told me they love having it by their side as they're going through the program. So it's 6 lessons taught on Zoom by Sarah. The videos are going to be filling in. It's going to be very interactive. Like Sarah has people bring your favorite accessory. She does scarf tying. Jen, who's also an interior decorator, does so much with color and things like that. So if you are interested in that program, please get on my calendar, get on Sarah's calendar. The cheat sheet will have information about the 2023 program. We are starting to enroll. We have a couple people enrolled already. We are opening doors. That's kind of a business word, but we're actually opening doors tomorrow. The email's going out to the email list. We wanted to share it with all of you guys. And the other thing that I wanted to give all of you guys in here in the Facebook group, if you enroll in 2022, so you have until December 31st, we're going to honor the 2022 pricing. So there's a little extra incentive to get on our calendar. We do require Connect Call for that program, and it's really a benefit to you. We want to make sure you're 100% clear on what it is, what the expectations are for you. Even though you have stylist support and group support, you've still got to do some of the work. So we want to make sure you're clear. And then we also want to make sure it's the best fit for you. We have a couple different ways to take the program. If you live locally or if you want to come into Boston, we've had people fly in, we can make some of those virtual sessions in person. So we like to talk to everybody. And once you join that program, you are a client for life, we hope. So we want to make sure everybody understands it. It is definitely our flagship program. We have been working for months. I think I started in, a year actually to get the videos done, but we've been working for the last 2 months to reposition that program, and we are just fired up to welcome our new members. And we're going to have a little celebration in January for all of our past members, make sure that they know that they can be part of the Facebook group. And we also have our sister program, Stellar Style Inside Out, that's available to anyone that graduates from that program. So I know it's a lot of information. Thank you for listening. It's just easier for me to explain on camera all that's going on in our world. But if you have any questions, get on our calendar. I have lost track of time. Sarah, please tell me what time it is. I don't have my watch on because I have my beautiful bracelet on. But if you have a couple more minutes, I'll show you a couple of the trends I saw in New York. And I think that's all that I had. I wanted to mention that we're growing the Instagram again. So if you're not following us on Instagram, please do, @DressingWellBoston. Is that right, Sarah? You can put it in the chat. Oh, 7:37. I'm really going over. I don't usually do that. @DressingWellBoston. Also, my beautiful Christmas cactus. Isn't that pretty? I posted a picture over on Instagram. I woke up Sunday and there was Monday morning and there was snow on the ground and my cactus was in full bloom. So I just wanted to give a shout out to my cactus. And if anybody has to drop off, I will show you the trends. Stick around. I'll give you another 3-4 minutes on the trends because they were pretty cool. So this is what I wore to my meeting. And I had somebody, so if you guys saw the pictures that I posted from New York, Saks Fifth Avenue, incredible. Those of you that are New Yorkers, the traffic. So I hadn't been to New York since 2019. So I was really excited to go. My husband came with me. We made a little vacation out of it. I was at a client conference, but it was just a 1-day commitment. So all I wanted to do was to get to Saks Fifth Avenue at 6 o'clock for the light show and the music show. And I'm in the car with my husband and the traffic's just not moving. It's just not moving. And Waze says it's going to take us an hour for 5 miles. So I get out and I just walk. It was warm and I got there like 3 minutes before the light show. I was so excited. But I had this on, this jacket, which is a rag and bone, fits me really well. And I had not one, not two, 3 different people think it was Chanel. So I just wanted to share that I was in New York, cracked me right up. I had a black turtleneck on, black pants. That is my uniform for training. I trained 7 guys. By the way, dressing is back. These guys, the people that brought me in, like the pandemic's over. People are excited about clothes again. You know, in the financial world, there's definitely, I find that people dress up in a down economy. So I'm seeing a shift again. And I didn't really, kind of knew it was coming, but I really saw it in New York. So I felt really good in a jacket. I still had skinny black jeans on. It was a casual conference. The guys were casual, but the people that brought me in were like, give them the message that on Zoom, they've got to be, you know, this scruffy beard look is out. Like they've got to really be polished. But I also wanted to share you, I left the client meeting. I have my sneakers on. Everybody in New York has sneakers on. Everybody. And I ran down, not the sneakers like my kids had for the sneaker ball, but I ran down and got there. And then I went into Saks. If you didn't see the pictures yet, go and look at the pictures I posted in the Facebook group. It was just spectacular. The people that do those windows, but they had, the Chanel was everywhere. And there was a really gorgeous Christmas tree, a black and white Christmas tree. So I was just taking my picture. And 3 different people, one of them worked for Chanel, was like, is that a Chanel jacket? So I wanted to share it that Chanel is definitely in. And I'm going to fake it till I make it. But my jacket was mistaken for Chanel. I also saw, this was probably the biggest trend that I saw that I haven't really talked that much about on the show. Leather, faux leather pants, not the skinny ones, but the full ones were on everybody. And they were doing it with cashmere sweaters. So I was at a client dinner Tuesday night that wasn't super dressy, and 3 of the women had on faux leather pants. And one of them had on a cream cashmere, one had black. This color is really big too. It's not just for fall anymore. I see it everywhere. So don't you know that I ran to Bloomingdale's and bought these pants this weekend? And, oh my God, rookie move. The sensor was still on them, and I'm planning on wearing these tomorrow to something. So my boys, because I'm so nice to them, I said, John, can you go back? He went out last night. It was so cold. He went back and got the sensor off for me. So definitely check. Some of these girls are really overworked that are working at these stores. But what I bought to go with it, I actually had this on the program last time, is this green cashmere, which I really love with the brown. And I can't tell you how many people had on cashmere and the faux leather pants. And they had them on with sneakers. They had them on with high heels. They had them on with the lug soles. So that was a trend that I saw. The other trend that I saw, oh, and I'm also going to wear these pants with this top. I've had this top for a while, but I love this top. And I just think it's really fun with the pants. So the other trend that I saw a lot of was capes. And I actually wore this to the dinner. I just had on a black turtleneck, black pants. I don't pack much when I travel, but I felt really sharp in this cape. This is a Tory Burch. It zips. But this is what I mean about having good outerwear. I could just throw this on and the outfit was done. And then the last one that I saw were these skirts. Were everywhere. And Maura Lynch, I saw that you were in the comments asking about the trends. I actually bought this for the retreat that we had in Chatham, but it was so warm. My shirt is falling off of me. I'm sorry. So I have this sweater to go with it, but I saw the skirts everywhere, these long skirts, and people had them on with sneakers and boots, suede and leather. But that's it. Do I have anything else? I just thought maybe I have this little shacket. Just was like, what do I have? I showed you guys the shackets. When we're talking about holiday dressing, you know, having a couple of red things that you can put on is just smart. So, I think that's it for tonight. Thank you so much for giving me a little extra time. Thank you for allowing me into your living rooms once a week. And thank you for your support again with everything that we're doing. If you would like to join us inside our phenomenal flagship program, you give me a call, you give Sarah a call, no pressure at all. But if you're ready, we are ready for you, and we will honor 2020. It's not going up that much in 2023, but we will honor our 2022 pricing if you get on our calendar in the next, but get on our calendar before New Year, Christmas Eve, maybe the 22nd or 23rd. We're both in the office next week, and we'll take care of you, and we'd be happy to do so. So that is it for tonight. I will see you next week. Oh, next week's going to be super fun. We're going to count down the top 10 videos, the top 10 lives of the year. We did it last year. People loved it. And I haven't looked at what they are. I do know that Coastal Grandma is the #1. We are up to over 2,000 views on YouTube. So I know that's #1, but I love seeing what the other ones are. So we will have that. I will have my Susie Q here with me. I might even have a cocktail, who knows? But I'll be ready to do a show with you guys and then really wind down for the holiday. And we have our special Stellar Style girls. I see Eileen out there. We have a nice party for them on Thursday, and tomorrow Sarah and I are going into Boston and doing some celebrating too. We'll have our phones with us, so if you want to get on our calendar, we'll get back to you. But thanks again, everyone. When you show up, we show up, and we have a really good time. See you later. Bye-bye.